So call the meeting to order, and then we have our 2024 Wellness Committee. And every 3 years, we have to do a triennial assessment for wellness policy. Okay. Are there any specific requirements, Jody, this time around, or do we just review the current policy and we haven't had any changes federally?
So we will review the wellness policy report card. So a few of us met to give ourselves a self-assessment, and that assessment is reflected on the report card. Yep, right there. And we did make some policy changes after our last triennial assessment in 2021.
So the ratings come, it's just a self-assessment from our rubric.
Exactly. And then towards the bottom, we have some narratives on what our policy strengths are and areas that we might have room for improvement.
If there's any areas you want to look at or discuss, let me know, so scroll down through this. Is this for students?
Yeah.
Because we do that for employees.
Well, we gave ourselves a 0 there because we're no longer doing the on-site health assessments, because that's shifting to a physical with your doctor. And then
Sure.
our Go 365 initiative has gone away as well.
Okay.
What is Go 365?
I sign up, like you get gift cards if you, like every time you worked out or did like a physical activity, you would log on to this app and then you earned points.
Part of our health and wellness plan.
Was it through the insurance company or was it a separate thing?
Yeah. Surfing Man.
Oh, so when we switched, we lost this?
So that went away as well. And then when we looked at it, considered, do we do another, because we could go out and contract or sign up for another similar type product. What they found is that those health and wellness plans don't really give you the returns, or they're not beneficial from a health aspect component, but what is having your annual check-in with your physician and staying on top of that monitoring. So our health and wellness plan shifted to requiring, in order to get the insurance premium discount, the employees have to have their annual health and wellness visit with their primary. So I'm going in for the first time in several years and a couple weeks. But I've always had my, like, with my diabetes, my diabetic nurse or whatever. But yeah, so it shifted based on the recommendation from our insurance.
Yeah.
Consultants.
That was an impact. Yeah, we thought we were scoring so much higher and then,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, we were. We had the second highest, I think we're the second highest employer in the nation as far as the health and wellness plan participation, where we've been recognized nationally, yet our health and wellness did get better.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was working, sent a home, sent out a message a couple months ago, and I was working with her. I was the only one that showed up, so it ended up just being me and her. We were trying to do something like that. Because in my company I use something called MoveSpring.
Okay.
And it's a service. I think we pay like $2,000 a year, but all of our employees get to participate in a wellness challenge. And and sent it out. We're gonna try to figure out a way to bring it into the district, but it sounds very similar to Go 365. And I even, I mean, this is very preliminary, but I was even thinking we can get like a local business sponsor to pay for it, and then all district employees would have access to it. So you had like a step challenge, and you had I don't know, we call it a meditation challenge or something, if you spend 10 minutes a day or something, self-development or whatever.
And we have the Elks group, I don't know if they're still active or Taylor kind
Yeah,
of heads that up, but they've been,
sure.
yeah. All right. I just wonder if, I mean, our health incentive plan, it's not such a, it is, that health incentive is you go visit your primary care.
Mhm. Right, and I think, where we gave ourselves a 0 there is, that was one of the policy statements that we added after our 2021 review, because while we were doing that practice, it wasn't written in our policy.
Okay,
So that was one of the changes we made, but now we're no longer doing those on-site screenings.
okay. So then those are areas to look at within our policy.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll have to
Change
modify
that.
back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
It probably wouldn't hurt to indicate that as part of our insurance plan, employees are, expected to have this
Mhm.
annual appointment. But again, it'll be 0 points because it's not on site.
well, especially, well, I think this is just because that's what we put in our policy,
Mhm.
right? Because our policy says we'll do that and we're not doing it.
Correct.
So if you modify the policy that your blood pressure, your index, that gets reviewed with your
Mhm.
annual health and wellness visit,
Then we're back
then
at
that's
3.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Which, that's the recommendation for best practices now, so we
Mhm.
should update our policy.
Yeah, we can
All right,
update it there, definitely.
And that might just be one of those things that as we go through our Neola policies, we just keep a mental note of it, want to make sure we add in
That we,
the
yeah, what we have to
physical.
keep is
Yeah.
Elkhorn
okay.
Mhm.
only, yeah.
You want me to pull up the WellStat tool or?
Sure, yeah, that's the tool we use to score ourselves on the WellSat assessment. So 2 components to the triennial assessment is the self-review of our district policy, and then our WellSat assessment tool, which we also go through and give ourselves a score.
Okay. So this is just the tool and it's
Mhm.
showing you the 0, 1, or 2.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, should I go?
And then the
pull up
scorecard.
Scorecard.
One out of 3? So the rating,
0, 1, or 2
okay,
is the rating. Let's see. Items with the rating of 0 is not addressed. A 1 is general or weak statement, can be improved. It doesn't say a 2 is strong.
So if you toggle back to that other
Yeah.
document, it kind of gave you the metric on how you can score
How do
yourself.
you look at it too? Okay.
nutrition education. Love to see more nutrition education.
That's what I.
Does this have a? All right. Is there anything in particular we need to do with the well set?
Nope.
Do we have the well set from 2021 or is this a new tool? I don't recall the well set.
I do have it. And I know our score went up from the 2021. So our policy assessment score from 2021 was a 58. And this year it's 81.
Then the overall district policy score, that is 64 this year.
Jody, what'd you say, 58?
To 81.
Okay, I put that, I was waiting for that number to put that into the summary.
Voice in the sky again.
Sorry, I'm pulling up the well set from 2021.
And keep in mind, a number of these or a lot of these have been conscientious choices not to follow the recommendation, like not wanting to regulate birthday treats or class parties or vending machines to the level, which we do regulate quite a bit. I go to other places and they'll still have sugared options and there's choices in there. How far do you want to get on that regulating or not? So those have been.
The well set score from 2021, the comprehensiveness score was 45 and the strength score was 28.
Well, that's quite a bit
Mhm.
of change. And that would be based off of the policy changes we made last time.
Yeah.
So I think the question that we have to ask then, and as part of that review, is are there any policy changes that were, well, this is just the assessment of it. I think from this point then, it's more of a reference to the policy committee if there's certain pieces that we want to change from
Mhm.
the assessment or what we're viewing or areas that we'd like to focus on.
Mhm.
And then that would get embedded in the policy for the policy committee to do it.
Mhm.
So as we're looking at this, are there areas, I don't know, Ashley or Adam, is pieces that you'd like to see addressed or concerned in policy?
Policy wise, probably not.
Maybe we could put in language like when feasible.
Mhm.
I don't, and you've talked about, yeah, I'd like to use local food purchasing options, but our growing season is tremendous here in Wisconsin, so I mean, really,
I do have
when's
good.
the harvest? You get some corn in the fall, maybe?
Yeah, I did just donate our hydroponics machine to David Cruz at the high school, and he's gonna help us out with our salad bar next year.
Ooh,
So.
that's a
that-
cool idea.
Mhm.
But so if we put when feasible.
There you go.
Yeah,
use,
no, that's a good point.
Some apples in the fall from, the local, and there really isn't a whole lot of
Yeah, we're
local food
limited.
crops.
Mhm.
But, I mean, then you don't get a zero, right?
That's true.
If we really,
And keep in mind that what we have to advertise publicly on our website is the wellness policy report card, not the well sat.
yeah, so this, not this,
Yeah.
this right here.
Exactly.
All right, so you're saying don't even look at the well set.
And that's not what I'm necessarily saying, but
But this
you know.
this is what's focused on the, well, and this was something, I mean, we should have gotten partial credit, right?
Ashley's still going through some of the courses, so once
So,
she is
yeah,
completed with
Tori
her.
was obviously,
Because Tori was a dietitian.
Yeah.
Right,
but Ellen wasn't, but I can, through DPI, I'll be set. I just have one more class I gotta take for what they require to,
Oh, so you'll
So
be,
you'll be
So
a
then-
certified.
I will not be a certified dietitian, but,
But you'll be a certified
It's like a
nutritional
nutrition
professional.
professional.
yes,
Yeah. So next assessment in 3 years, that's what we go up to.
Yeah.
3.
yeah, this one is just a conscientious try, I'm not gonna try to regulate.
No, what snacks are brought in by families,
Yeah.
it's just.
no, it's just, yeah. I do the
Let's
vending
like-
machines, but that's a
Oh, no,
little.
it's such
I
a.
have no comment on the snacks for schools or summer feeding programs.
So this one here, I think we update the policy to reflect our current health and wellness
Mhm.
piece. Alright. And really, that's it.
Yep.
Alright,
Yeah, so what I would do is I would just sort of keep an eye on that
Alright.
and, you know, but,
great.
nothing posted.
Anything else?
I don't have anything.
All right.
So the wellness policy will go on the policy agenda and that'll be a quick update on the next meeting. do you
Well,
think?
or we wait and naturally go through it when we're reviewing the Neola policies.
Okay. Yeah, that might make more sense than doing it twice.
Right,
Mhm.
because we'll be transitioned over by the time this next assessment rolls around.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we better be.
That's a money, that's a lot. Alright. Okay, I think that's all we have then, Sarah.
Were there any adjustments to those summaries for curriculum and instruction? I'm sorry I missed the beginning part of the meeting.
No,
No.
Okay, good. Well, perfect. All right. Have a good day, everybody.